UFC Fight Night Cannonier vs Strickland is this weekend. I'm going to be breaking down every single fight on that card from early prelim to the main event. And I'm going to be, again, just going down through the breakdown and the prediction. I am filming this a little late, so I apologize for that. But, yeah, let's get right into this. If you do want to join the Tapology group, I'll leave a link down below. It is free to join. You can sign up there completely free. There's like 6 people in there. It tells all your picks and things like that. It shows my pick before I drop the video. But again, let's get right into the video. I don't want to go over that all the way. Oh my goodness. But I'll cover it at the end of the video too. So first off, our first match of the card is Sergey Morozov versus Newson. Morozov 18-5, 33 years of age, 67 inches of reach. Newson 10-3, 33 years of age and 67.5 inches of reach. For this fight, I am going to go with Sergey Morozov. He is, I believe, a better fighter. Newson has a loss against Randy Costa in the first round. Randy Costa, I don't even think he's a part of the UFC anymore, is he? Did beat Fernie Garcia in his last fight, which is a solid win. But Sergey Morozov lost to Umar, won against Khalid, lost against Douglas Silva de Andrade, and then beat Julian. And Julian is not a horrible fighter either. So Julian is a pretty actually solid fighter. So I am going to go with Sergey Morozov just for that. Not just for that, but partly Randy Costa. It's hard to lose to that guy. I guess he does have a really good first round anyways, but I think you can take him down, and again, just that's what I'm banking on here. Take him down, and the loss to Randy Costa doesn't look good on his record either. I think just Morozov has fought and won against a little bit more skilled opponents. Up the card, we had David Dvorak versus Manel. Kape. Dvorak 20-4, 30 years of age, 68 inches of reach. Kape 17-6, 29 years of age and 68 inches of reach as well. I am going to go with Manel Kape in this matchup. I do think the stand-up and the power might be an issue here, but I do think he was able to get against, or not get against, he was able to get by Ismagulov in his last fight and KO him there. Was able to KO Ode Osborne. So some two really good tough opponents there. Looked good against Mateus Nicolau too. Split decision loss. Lost to Alexander Pantoja, who's about to fight for, or next in line for the title at flyweight. David Dvorak, Mateus Nicolau lost to him. And then a couple, Bruno Silva. Yeah, that basically completes his record there. He is a little bit older too, David Dvorak. But I am going to go with the power of Manel Kape in this one. He was able to get by Ismagulov, and I don't think the wrestling will be an issue for him in this fight. So I am going to go with Manel Kape by a decision in this one. Up the card, we have Bryan Battle versus Rinat Fakhretdinov. I think I probably said that wrong. Battle 8-1, 28 years of age, 77 inches of reach. Rinat is 20-2, 31 years of age and 74 inches of reach. Battle will have a 3-inch reach advantage in this matchup. I am going to go with Rinat in this matchup. I do think he's going to be able to out-wrestle and grapple Bryan Battle in his last fight against Andres Michailidis. Michailidis is a good grappler. Again, he was able to take down Alex Pereira and things like that, but he is a good grappler. Got some bad luck with some really good opponents, but Rinat's a very I don't know what's the word. Not tough, but he has a very, I don't want to say high pace either. I think he just keeps going at the wrestling, keeps a good pace, I guess I can say. Keeps a good pace in the wrestling, is able to just absolutely maul you pretty much. Bryan Battle does have some solid takedown defense, especially at middleweight. He did beat, what's his name? What am I blanking on? He did beat, what's his name on that was on Tough, right? It was Andre Petrosky. There you go. He did beat Andre Petrosky. Was able to kind of defend the takedowns there at middleweight too, which is a heavier division where he was a little bit smaller. So this is a pretty big fight for Bryan Battle. I do want to see what he looks like against a guy that's a really good wrestler and grappler in Rinat. But I am going to go with Rinat. I think it's a safer pick here. Just going off of what I've seen from Bryan Battle, I think Rinat's going to be able to still wrestle and grapple him, even though he does have some good not take down defense, but yeah, take down defense. Is able to defend the bad grappling positions on the ground. So we'll see how this goes. Bryan Battle will be a bigger guy, or at a size that's more beneficial for him at a weight class than he was at middleweight. So we'll see how that goes. The likelihood of him getting thrown around is pretty low. Height-wise, he's only an inch taller, according to Tapology. So big fight for Bryan Battle. I kind of want to see what both of these guys have. If it does stay on the feet, I will give it to Bryan Battle. He looked very impressive in his last fight. Absolutely brutal KO over Takashi Sato. The power just came out of nowhere from Bryan Battle going down. So, again, I'm going to go Rinat by decision. I just think he just out-grapples him. Maybe Battle makes this close, but again, I'm just going to go with Rinat in this matchup until I see something from Battle more, not see something, but if I just see better takedown defense and things like that at welterweight against a guy that's a really good wrestler and grappler in Rinat. So, Rinat by decision. Up the card, we have Maheshate versus Rafa Garcia. Maheshate 9-1, 23 years of age, 71.5 inches of reach. Garcia 14-3, 28 years of age, 68 inches of reach. Maheshate will have a 3.5-inch reach advantage in this matchup. I am going to go with Maheshate. This is a super close fight. I think, what does Tapology have it? Plus 100 and then minus 120 for Rafa Garcia. I can see this fight going either way, but I think Maheshate with his power, I think he's going to be able to keep a decent range in this fight, and I think he will hit the cleaner shots, and it will look better for the judges. For Rafa Garcia's last couple fights, his last couple losses, I guess, Nasrat Hakaras, Chris Grudesmacher wins over Natan Levy, Jesse Ronson, Jakar Close, which he did look pretty impressive in that. Not impressive, but it was a pretty competitive fight against Jakar Close. From what I remember. And then Maheshate, last fight, Steve Garcia KO, which was pretty brutal. He bounced him like a basketball on the ground. And then this one, he got to a decision in that one. So, I don't know. I guess this is more of... actually, I'm not going to say that. I just think Maheshate has just got the power. He will scoot by this. Could be a split decision. Could be 29-28. It's going to be around that realm. It's going to be a super close decision. I see this being super competitive. But I am going to lean Maheshate with the power, with some more of the damaging blows. I do think Rafa Garcia could probably get him down, or maybe get him in that area against the clinch, like wavering on the ground. But I do think Maheshate is going to be able to survive that and use his power to get some in favor with the judges in this fight. So I'm going to go Maheshate by 29-28 decision or a split decision 29-28, either way. Up the card, we have Nurmagomedov versus Saiyokub Kakhramanov. And Nurmagomedov, 16-2, 30 years of age, 70 inches of reach. Kakhramanov, 10-2, 27 years of age, 69 inches of reach. Nurmagomedov will have a 1-inch reach advantage in this matchup. I am going to go with Saiyokub. Kakhramanov. Oh my gosh. I really need to start practicing these things like a vocabulary test or something. Kakhramanov. I'm going to go with him. I think I made a mistake not choosing him last time against Ronnie Lawrence. Obviously, I don't think Ronnie Lawrence is to the degree of a fighter as Said Nurmagomedov at this point. But Saiyokub is a very big bantamweight, actually. I figured out in his last fight. Very big bantamweight, super strong, and goes at a pretty high pace in his fights. And Said Nurmagomedov, he's very entertaining, very fun fighter, but I do think he does do a lot of spinning attacks, and I think a guy like Saiyokub Kakhramanov, I think he can take advantage of that, maybe catch one of the kicks, not necessarily catch him, but once he does a spinning attack, gets his hips and brings him to the ground, mauls him on the ground, and beats him up there, controls him. I think he does win, maybe a 29-28 victory here, but I do see Saiyokub Kakhramanov winning this matchup. I just think he's too strong, too big, and he can keep a pretty high pace for Said Nurmagomedov in this matchup. Up the card, we have Julian Marquez versus Deron. Winn. Marquez 9-3, 32 years of age and 72 inches of reach. Deron wins 7-3, 33 years of age and 70 inches of reach. Marquez only has a 2-inch reach advantage in this matchup. I am going to go with Julian Marquez. I feel like this is kind of self-explanatory. Deron Winn hasn't looked that impressive in his last couple fights. Like, he has the power, he probably has the wrestling and all that, but I just don't think he's just too small. In all honesty, I think he's too small for middleweight. He got absolutely destroyed against Phil Haas, like beaten down. He took so much damage in that fight. And then Julian Marquez obviously took a lot of damage in his fight against Gregory Rodriguez. But I do think Julian Marquez could definitely inflict the amount of damage that Phil Haas did. Can use the range here and absolutely murk Deron Winn in this matchup. So I am going to go with Julian Marquez. Deron Winn's just too small. The odds here are very interesting, just minus 165 and plus 135. So I am definitely going to go Julian Marquez in this matchup. Up the card, we have Jake Matthews versus Matt Semelsberger. Matthews, 18-5, 28 years of age and 72 inches of reach. Semelsberger, 10-4, 30 years of age and 75 inches of reach. Semelsberger will have a 3-inch reach advantage in this matchup, but I am going to go with Jake Matthews. Jake Matthews looked absolutely incredible in his last fight. Came off the loss from Sean Brady. Took a while off, like a year and 3 months off to absolutely destroy Andre Fialho, dismantle Andre Fialho. Looked absolutely incredible in the boxing. And if Jake Matthews keeps it up, he could probably see himself in very top part of the welterweight division. But sadly, he does have to go up against, or sadly, Matt Semelsberger sadly has to go up against Jake Matthews in this one. I do like Matt Semelsberger. Good fighter, entertaining fighter, but sadly, I do think he does get pieced apart in this matchup. Maybe a late third round TKO. I don't know. Maybe he gets TKO'd here, but he's a very durable fighter in general. Was able to actually survive Chaos Williams. As you know, Chaos Williams was a really big power puncher. Was able to survive that and bring it to a decision. So I do think this could probably go to a decision, but maybe Jake Matthews not mixing it up, but being just so much in the boxing, just giving Semelsberger so much, if I can actually speak for once. Giving Semelsberger so much might give him some difficulty staying in this fight for long to a decision, but maybe second round TKO, third round TKO by like a standing Semelsberger, or goes to a decision. But I am going to take Jake Matthews in this matchup. Up the card, we have Cheyanne Vlismas, or Delidsi or Bays, however you want to call her, versus Corey McKenna. Vlismas, 7-2, 27 years of age and 63 inches of reach. McKenna, 7-2, 23 years of age and 58.5 inches of reach. Vlismas will have a 5.5, no, let's see, what is that, 4? Oh no, I probably should have done this math before. 4.5 inch reach, I believe, in this matchup. She is going to be the better fighter on the feet, Vlismas is, but I do think just like Delidsi, why did I move this over to Vlismas? Just like Delidsi, Corey McKenna is going to submit her on the ground. And yeah, I'm going to go second or third round submission for Corey McKenna. Last fight was a win against a Von Flue choke win against Miranda Ranger, which was it like the first Von Flue in women's UFC history or something like that? I don't remember what exactly it was, but very impressive win. Very, very good submission win for her last fight. But yeah, I do think she does submit Cheyanne Vlismas on this one. Second or third round. Up the card, we have Cody Brundage versus Mikhail Olyasechik. Brundage, 8-2, 28 years of age, 72 inches of reach. Olyasechik, 17-5, 27 years of age, and 74 inches of reach. He will have a 2-inch reach advantage in this matchup. I will go with Olyasechik in this matchup also. He does have a pretty close loss to Dustin Jacoby. Looked pretty solid and decent in that fight. Dustin Jacoby just beating Khalil Roundtree. Also, Mikhail Olyasechik did beat Khalil Roundtree. Does have some solid wins also. Split decision over Modestas Shamil Gomez absolutely destroyed Sam Alvey in front of his wife and kids, which was brutal to watch, but he was supposed to look that way, which is good. Cody Brundage's last couple of fights were against Tresean Gore, where he's kind of getting beat, and then he KO'd Tresean Gore. Dalcha Lugiambula was basically getting... I don't know how to describe it. It's like he's getting hurt really badly. He was like kind of running away, and then he was able to get like a a guillotine in and was able to finish off Dalcha Lugiambula. But I am going to go with Macaulay Seychek. I just think he's a higher level here. I think he's durable enough not to get caught or submitted out of nowhere. So yeah, that's why I'm going to go with Macaulay Seychek in this matchup. I think he might be able to finish it off in the later rounds, but I am going to go either later round finish or a decision here. So yeah, I'm going to go Macaulay Seychek. Up the card, we have Drew Dober versus Bobby Green. Dober, 25 and 11, 34 years of age, 70 inches of reach. Bobby Green, 29 and 13, 36 years of age and 71 inches of reach. He will have a 1-inch reach advantage in this matchup, but I will go with Bobby Green in this one. I do think it's going to be super close. It should be a really fun fight. But I do go Bobby Green slightly because I think he's going to be able to keep a good range and avoid some of those bigger shots from Drew Dober. Has pretty solid head movement too, pretty technical. So I do think Bobby Green will be able to just outpoint him for a good decision win in this matchup and avoid any possible finishing capabilities of Drew Dober in this matchup. Drew Dober, though, is coming off a couple good wins against Terrence McKinney. That was off short notice, so he did get hurt and he almost got finished in this matchup. But he did come back and look pretty good. A finish over Terrence McKinney is good anyways. Did beat Rafael Alves too. Bobby Green, haven't seen him since the Islam Makhachev fight. Did get in a little issue with USADA, but is back now, and I do think he does win this fight. So I'm going to go Bobby Green by a decision, 29-28 or 30. I don't see 30-27. 29-28. I do think Dober maybe gets a round off, maybe just by damage. Just probably, I think maybe in the early round. The first round, not the early round. It's not a 5-round fight, but the first round does probably get that one, but then I think Bobby Green is able to just figure out his range and piece up, not necessarily piece up, but keep a good range and be super technical against Drew Dober. So Bobby Green by decision. Up the card, we have Alex Caceres versus Julian. Why do I keep trying to say Julian Erosa. Caceres, 19 and 13, 34 years of age, 73 and a half inches of reach. Erosa, 28 and 9, 33 years of age and 74 and a half inches of reach. Will have a 1-inch reach advantage in this matchup. I am going to go with Julian Erosa in this matchup. I do think he's super durable. He can work pretty much Alex Caceres' whole body here. I'm not too worried about any takedowns or anything like that. But I'm going to go with Julian Erosa in this one. Alex Caceres' last fight lost to Sadiq Youssef 8 months ago, so it's been a while. Lost Sungwood Chu, or won against Sungwood Chu, one against Kevin Kroom, one against Austin Springer, Chase Hooper, Julian Rosa, last couple wins, Charles Jordan, which pretty solid win, Steven Peterson, and then one against Hakeem Dawodu, which is a really good one also. So yeah, I'm gonna go Julian Rosa, maybe a finish, late round finish in this one. I think Julian Rosa can get it done. Works the whole body. Maybe hurts to body structure. Actually, I can probably see this going to a decision. 30-27 decision, maybe 29-28 decision for Julian Rosa for this one. I do see it going to a decision. So yeah, I just think he's going to be able to maybe not necessarily mix it up, but work the whole body and damage in there, invest into the later rounds if that's even possible. But he's going to do a lot of body work in the beginning of this fight, and then you'll start to see the wear and tear in the second and third round. So I'm going to go Julian Rosa by a decision. Up the card, we have Amir Albazi versus Alessandro Costa. Albazi, 15-1, 29 years of age, 68 inches of reach. Costa, 12-2, 26 years of age and 67 inches of reach. Albazi will have a 1-inch reach advantage in this matchup. I do think Albazi wins this. Probably finishes Alessandro Costa. I'm not actually sure why this fight's being made, honestly. Amir Albazi's a really good fighter, really good prospect coming up. Well, I guess he's 29 years old, huh? Did beat Francisco Figueiredo, Ismagulov, Malcolm Gordon, and then Ryan Curtis on the regionals. But again, I'm not sure why this fight got made. Alessandro Costa was on the Contender Series, won a split decision fight against Andres Lunas Martinetti, and then got a pretty quick KO over Carlos Gomez in the regionals. So I'm not sure why this is being made. Maybe that this is like a short notice or something, but I'm going to go Amir Albazi, probably in the early rounds, finishing him off, maybe on the ground. But up the card, we have Arman Tsarukyan versus Damir Ismagulov. Tsarukyan, 18-3, 26 years of age, just turned 26 also. 72.5 inches of reach. Ismagulov, 24-1, 31 years of age and 74 inches of reach. He will have a 1.5 inch reach advantage in this matchup. I am going to go with Arman Tsarukyan in this one. It's a pretty, really good fight. A pretty close fight also. I'm actually really looking forward to this one. This is a super fun fight. But I'm going to go with Arman Tsarukyan. I think he's going to be able to work the whole body, and it's a 3-round fight, so I'm not too worried about his cardio in general, because in the Mateusz Gamrot fight you saw he did start to slow down quite a bit against Mateusz Gamrot. Even though Mateusz Gamrot throws a pretty high pace in there, he did start to slow down. He's a bigger lightweight. He's a big dude, like a I don't want to say bulky, but he's a thicker dude. But I do think he's going to be able to win on the feet here against Damir Ismagulov. Work the body early on, and I think he's just going to be able to outpoint it. Not worry about the takedowns necessarily, and win this fight on the feet. So I'm going to go Arman Tsarukyan by a 29-28 decision, maybe 30-27 in this one. But yeah, super fun fight. This is the fight I'm looking forward to the most. Arman Tsarukyan is still very young, so he can still pretty much improve quite a bit. Has wins over Davy Ramos, Matt Frivola, Christos Iagos, and Joel Alvarez. Oh my god, I can't speak. I apologize. And then, of course, there's Magulov, has some great wins also. Graham Kudeladze, a split decision win. Rafael Alves, Thiago Moises, Joel Alvarez. And yeah, so 2 pretty good prospects in the UFC. Damir Ismagulov is probably starting to hit his prime now. Arman Tsarukyan is still extremely young. So super fun fight. A fight to keep an eye on in this one. Oh my god, on this card. I apologize. But up the card, we have Jared Cannonier versus Sean Strickland. Jared Cannonier, 15-6, 38 years of age, 77.5 inches of reach. Strickland, 25-4, 31 years of age and 76 inches of reach. Jared Cannonier will have a 1.5 inch reach advantage in this matchup. I am going to go with Jared Cannonier. I just don't, after that last performance with Sean Strickland, I just don't think he has I don't think he wants to win or wants to be champ. I guess not wants to win, but I don't think he wants to be champion. Wants to be a champion. He should have wrestled in his last fight. Didn't even try. Got immediately knocked out, or pretty much immediately knocked out. Probably, what was it, like after a minute or something? But immediately got knocked out. I don't think he'll try to wrestle here. Does have some great wrestling. People in the gym say he has great wrestling, especially against guys like Hamza and things like that. Showed good defensive wrestling against Jack Hermanson. But again, he just won't use it in here. So I'm gonna go Jared Cannonier by TKO in the 2nd or 3rd round. I just think Jared Cannonier early on, maybe you'll see Sean Strickland take a round in the 1st round, but I think Jared Cannonier with the power, you could probably see him win the 1st round. But I think in the 2nd or 3rd round, you'll see him start to connect a little bit more, do some more damage with his leg kicks and things like that. So just to immobilize Sean Strickland. It's not like Sean Strickland moves too much either. He's like pretty much flat-footed when he does fight, but there's openings for Sean Strickland on the feet. I can see, not for Sean Strickland, against Sean Strickland on the feet. I can see Jared Cannonier connecting on one of those big power shots and hurting Sean Strickland pretty badly and just firing off on Sean Strickland in this bout. So I'm going to go Jared Cannonier by a 2nd or 3rd round TKO. Yeah, it's basically because Sean Strickland just doesn't want to win fights. So, or just wants to win fights on the feet. So yeah, sadly, I do really like Sean Strickland though. I wish we start getting fights of his on pay-per-view cards so we can start making these press conferences fun. Like the last press conference with Patty and Ilya Topuria was pretty fun, but I do want to see him more on the pay-per-view cards because those are really fun. Maybe put, like, if you do Vettori and Strickland after this, when Strickland, or if Strickland does lose, That would be funny as hell. Even though I think Vittori is moving to Extreme Couture, so we'll actually see how that works. I don't know. Maybe they'll fight before then, but there's actually a lot of, thinking about it now, there's a lot of middleweights going to Extreme Couture. I wonder how that'll work out in the future. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Great card. I'm actually more excited for this card in general than the Holland Wonder Boy one. If I'm remembering correctly, I remember the main card. I mean, the whole Wonder Boy and Holland card was actually pretty good in general. 282 was pretty good until the last probably couple fights. Yuri Prohashka and Glover Teixeira getting off that card really damaged it quite a bit, and it showed a little bit. That's why UFC wants a light heavyweight champion so bad. Can you imagine another draw? I don't want to, but yeah, I'll probably make some. This is the last card for the UFC until next year, so it's like a good 3 to 4 week break. So I probably will make some early predictions, do some like end of the year awards or something. I'll figure out something to make a couple videos a week just to keep people busy, do something different, get some early predictions in, get most of my early predictions. I promise I'll try to do them now. I've been slacking a little bit, but I'll try to do my early predictions. Bunch of chaos going on with actually I'm not gonna get, this is a news video. Okay, if you like the video, go ahead and like it and do whatever. Tapology link down below, you can join there. But yeah, good card, can't wait to watch it. See you guys next time.